These are all the books I read this past year in 2023. These books range from literature, science, and things that evolve my mind and help me grow into my best person. I don't aim to give you an overall outlook on every single book, but I will highlight the 5 key books that I read this year and give you an overall outline on what they're about, how they helped me, and why you should read them. Let's get into it. The first book I would like to talk about is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. This book not only helped me change my overall outlook on life, but helped me reevaluate who I am. This book walks you through Roman emperor's life, and I've talked about this book a lot on this channel, but it walks you through a Roman emperor's life, his daily challenges, his daily thoughts, and things going on in his mind. Not only is that important, but he is also a Stoic philosopher. Stoicism really tries to relieve your failure, relieve your pain in life without complaining. Stoic philosophy really believes that this practice is virtue enough to achieve a well-lived life. So really reading this helps you see somebody's mind who strives for greatness, who strives for success, who strives into becoming their best versions in life, and how they do it. This book is on top. The next amazing book that I read this year was The Stoic Challenge. This book walks you through on how to apply the principles that are described in this book. Both of these are intertwined, but this book was written 2,000 years ago, while this book was written a few years ago. I love this book because it gives you an actual representation of how to apply things in your own life. On YouTube, we see so much talking about what we should do, what we're gonna do, but it's never how you're gonna do it. This book tells you exactly how you're gonna do it. The same way I play out my videos for you, giving you concrete examples throughout my walkthroughs, throughout my guides. This book also does a very similar thing. It's also written by a very high figure who works at Wright State University, William Irvine, and it's a respected figure by respected authority, giving you a practical understanding of how to apply Stoicism philosophy. The next book I read this year that was really eye-opening to me was Stalking the Pendulum by Isaac Bentov. I've read this book in the past 3 years ago, but rereading it this time really gave me an overall understanding and overall expansion of how my thoughts go. This book walks you through some new principles, talking about what time really is, talking about the world, talking about the holographic universe, a principle that I will expand on in this channel in the upcoming year. But this book really tries to explain what reality is and give you a greater understanding of what reality is if we do not already know such. Isaac Bentov also died in a plane crash, which is quite ironic since the plane crash that did happen was in Chicago in the 1980s, as well as other probable figures were also on the plane crash. Conspiracy? Who knows? Overall, the mechanics of consciousness are explained. It's a book that dives into consciousness, and consciousness is you, consciousness is me, consciousness is everything around us. So this dives into understanding what we are, who we are, and why we are here. Amazing book. Highly recommend. The fourth book I read this year that was really interesting to me is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde was a poet. He wrote poems, he was a literature writer, he was someone that was really integrated in the overall life of writing. The reason why I love this book is the character Henry. There's this character named Henry within this book, and he has really out there philosophies. My first read through of this book was really eye-opening to me as I integrated myself with these philosophies of Henry. But as I reread this book over and over again, I learned something new within it. The overall notion of this book is a man, a boy, a young, naive boy who gives up his overall soul in order to stay young forever. With this, his life hits the fan. And overall, when you read this book, there's so much compact and there's so much learning that you do that really opens your eyes. Because Henry's this arrogant person that really pushes his own beliefs onto other people. Similar how in life we have things that are pushed upon us, this book portrays that as well. This book tries to say that being beautiful is the key to life, is the key to happiness. As you read it and as you overall understand what the character goes through within the book, you learn that it's not. And I love this book. This book's really an eye-opening book that I highly recommend for everybody to read. And it wouldn't be a Blue Vanity video without a Paulo Coelho book. So the fifth book that I would love to recommend that I read this year that I've overall really loved was Veronica Decides to Die by Paulo Coelho. It was my second read through on this book. This book not only takes you into the life of a man, it takes you into the life of someone who is socially unaccepted due to their mental illnesses, and they get brought out of society and into a mental asylum. Here they realize that they are not the crazy one in this world. I love this book because it portrays a lot of us. It portrays that we all struggle with things on the daily, that we go through things. People call us crazy and they want us to fit into normalcy. even though normalcy is nothing but a social construct. And this book really portrays that it's not about what you are, it's about how you believe in yourself. It's about how you enjoy this life. We go through life doing the same things over and over again until we realize that there's more to life, that there's more to knowledge, that there's more to everything around us, that there's more dimensions, that there's more to this universe, that we are not the only living beings in this universe. This book really spells that in the underneath tone of it. These are all the books that I read. They're amazing books, but it's not overall how many books you read in a year that matters. It's about the knowledge that you take from it. I have a friend named Grizz. He's a content creator in my field, and we've connected in real life. We're aiming to put out some podcasts, some videos together, but the overall thing I'm trying to get at is that Grizz reads books, and he reads them to overall get something from the book. So if he wants to learn something from meditations, let's say he wants to learn on how to have a better relationship with his family, he will go to the part of the book that portrays that and read that, while I read the book from front to end. Now, which one is better? It's up to you on what you want to do. This upcoming year, I'm aiming to still finish books, but overall grasp what I want from the book as well. Get spoon-fed what I want to see from the book. These books are all great. They're great tools in my overall life to get myself to a higher level of consciousness. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Because I read these books, I'm still the same human being as you. I may have a little bit more knowledge, but I'm still the same human being as you. And if you are motivated as me, hit me up, let's talk books. I love talking books. We can hop on a call, talk through some books, and really evolve ourselves into our best versions. Here's to 2024. Let's gain more knowledge, let's read better books, and become our best versions. I love you, bye.